to today?
We are off to the Ochoco Mountains. Hopeful to go hike the highest peak in the range. Maybe explore some old mining ruins that we've been wanting to get to for a long time. And then after that, looking to find a campsite by a creek. It's 4th of July weekend, so things might be a little bit crowded. That could get interesting. And there's also the possibility for some thunderstorms in the afternoon too. So a couple little challenges that we might face, but that's all part of the adventure.
All right, we got a beautiful little drive here.
To the left over here, but we're gonna take the shortcut,
which is a much more fun road.
And it should cut around 2 miles off the hike. Well, that road really wasn't too bad for all of the cars that were parked at the lower trailhead to avoid it.
Yeah, it's just a little bumpy.
Yeah, we were at full pressure and made it a little rough, but you get a couple luxury crossovers over here, so
pretty
not bad.
Accessible.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some lunch and then hit the trail.
Somebody thinks that our sandwiches are for him. Yeah, not pupper food. So what'd you find?
We found a morel no more than like 10 feet from the truck.
Right there.
Hanging out under the tree.
Truck through the trees.
Neat.
Fun. Getting started on our hike. The very happy dog. Let's go, Porter. Leading the way.
Oh yeah, beautiful flowers. This is what June and July hiking is all about right here. Oh, look at that. Reds, purples, blues, yellows. It's all here. Whoa. And now we're throwing some views in.
And just to feel the wildflowers.
Yeah. If you know what these flowers are, let us know in the comments. Look kind of like daisies, but
They also
no
call them
idea.
sunflowers, but that's also not right.
Pretty regardless.
Last time we went hiking when there were threats of thunderstorms, we had a thunderbolt go off right overhead of us, and some lightning crack about 100 feet away from us or so. So we got some clouds. If it does get thundery today, I think we will just hang out in the trees and wait for it to pass instead of trying to outrun it this time. Porter agrees.
Porter's been getting a little hot on this hike, so we're trying to encourage him to drink and swim in water as much as possible.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good boy. What wildflower is this? Oh yeah, that's pretty. Those colors are almost unreal. No color grading here. That's our destination over there. Just a few hundred feet more to go. All right, well, we've reached the end of our hike here up around 6,900 feet of elevation. Yeah, it's a pretty one. Lots of wildflowers, mix of forests and
sagebrush
fields.
Lots of thunderheads in the distance, and a little sneak peek of the sisters.
We'll show you the little bit of the mountains that we can see here, and Central Oregon getting utterly hammered with rain.
Hopefully no lightning though.
Yeah, so we're not going to hang out for too long and head down before the rain gets to us. That cloud's a little concerning. Not a massive thunderhead, but a little taller than I'd like, and it's obviously dropping down rain already. A couple others. Time to go. Got a little snow shelter. Nice fire ring. Not really sure if this is like a snow park area in the winter. It might be kind of hard to get to, but this would certainly be yeah. It needs a little work.
You could wait out a storm, or I mean, at least keep the wind off.
Yeah, need to build some bigger benches back here so it's possible to actually sleep.
But I mean, it's shelter if you're desperate.
That stove would keep you nice and toasty.
Yes, it would.
Oh, pretty purple flowers. After completing the main hike, we headed down a short spur to check out some old mining ruins. The Motherlode Mine was first opened around 1899 to dig out cinnabar, which is a precursor to mercury. It was operational up until the mid-1950s when, well, people discovered that mercury is actually really bad for you. This was by far the most complete ghost mine that we've ever explored. Unfortunately, the weather was starting to turn, and we saw a few lightning strikes in the distance. Hanging out in a large, old metal building didn't really seem like the safest place to be during an electrical storm. Yeah, that doesn't look so good. Oh yeah, there's the thunder.
We got some thunder going.
Yeah, it would have been nice to explore that mine a little bit more, but
as I said, we've run from thunderstorms before, and we don't want to do it twice.
No.
Do we?
Time to find camp.
Yes. Got back to the truck just in time. And now we have hail. We're still going to go find a campsite tonight. It's theoretically going to pass.
Route was blocked by a Forest Service closure, and now we've come up on this lovely sign, which we assume means for this road, which is what we need to take to get to our camping area. So time to reroute.
So we tried to go to a little area that we wanted to camp at, but every single road we turned down was privately owned. So we're going for plan C at this point, but we'll check back in when we find a campsite. Last time we were on this road, there were less bumps and several feet of snow, and we had to stop probably, what, about a mile in? 2 miles in?
Mile, 2 miles in, and about 2 feet of snow.
I think we'll get a little further today. Well, looks like we'll be turning around now. Back down the road we go.
That's a dip. Tundra, get it.
We got cows. Porter here just discovered the cows. And there are a lot of cows. We're very huffy about it. Are those cows, Porter? Are those cows? We have met a bit of a roadblock again. Unsure how long it'll take to clear.
Oh my god. Oh man, those are some angry faces.
They're not happy.
So we found a lovely spot
It's very
out
pretty.
here. It's very nice, you know. But the moment that you pop out of the car,
it stinks. It smells like
smells
cow.
like all of the cows that we've been seeing. So back to the drawing board, and it might be another half an hour to an hour before we get to eat here.
The hunt continues. Got a mama and a baby. All right, we are on to plan C. We're at a different chunk of road, and hopefully we'll find a spot soon. Sometimes this happens. All the spots that you've picked out on a map don't materialize, or roads are closed, or what have you. Sometimes you find a secondary option a lot quicker than other times, and today's one of those days. Found ourselves a nice and bumpy road.
Oh, it's muddy. Let's see if this pans out as it starts to fade on us.
Ooh. We're hoping that this means somebody didn't pick a campsite up here. And the shit road panned out to be nothing, so we're about two and a half hours into our search, so we'll see how much longer this takes.
Well, after 2.5 hours, I think
We maybe found our spot.
not bad. So what you doing, baby?
Picking up after people because they left all their shot up beer cans in our campsite, and leaving it better than we found it. Don't do this. This is nasty. Porter, no. Out, buddy.
Porter approves. It's hard to describe just how good it felt to sit down around this fire after our extended search for a spot to camp. Between the road closures, private land, and massive trailers that seemed to occupy every prime site that we could find, we were beginning to wonder if we were actually going to find anything. In the end, taking the road less traveled paid off in a big way, even on a busy holiday weekend. We wrote a blog post on this exact topic with more suggestions on how to avoid crowds when hiking or camping. Check out the link in the description if you're interested.
Right. I am putting together a Garrett camping dinner classic. We've got some pre-seasoned, if I can get it, steak that we put on a skewer. And then we add some bell pepper. And we load the whole thing up and cook it over the fire. A little cowboy steak. Get a close-up on this goodness.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Went a little heavy on the steak seasoning, but fire roasted steak is delicious.
So we've had our dinner, been hanging out here for a bit. Seems like a pretty nice campsite overall, despite a few drops of rain that we've experienced. Now the million-dollar question is,
will it be windy or not?
Yeah, you see, usually we try to avoid ridge lines or hillsides like this. Don't know how well you can see that, but we are pretty well up because they tend to be windy, and our tent does not do well with that. So we'll see. We're here because all of the lower elevation sites were picked up for 4th of July.
Because we were slow on getting a campsite on 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, well, we left on Saturday. Yeah. Just picked up this little log to throw in the fire, and I'm fairly confident that is a bullet. Huh. Literally just talking about how the weather was going to hold up, and then it started pouring. Whew. Currently held up under the tent. Not that great of an awning. We discovered that Tessa can stand up just barely under the tent. I, however, have to crouch, otherwise
Oh, I think it's
pushing
head.
up against it. Oh yeah, you put that fire out like a good steward of the forest. Yeah, get it. Get it good. Well, for all of our concerns about weather last night, it turned out to be a really, really calm evening. Absolutely no flapping in the tent. Had a pretty decent night's sleep, and then woke up to gorgeous blue skies. Camp's looking pretty. It's a good morning.
He did the coffee right this time.
Sometimes I learn. Oh! Whoa! So how'd the coffee go this morning?
Much better. It didn't explode for one, which is nice. And it's actually just smooth and tasty and tastes like sister's coffee, like it should. French press for the jet boil is solid. Highly recommend.
Hands a little cold.
A little bit. It's a little chilly in the shade. Kind of wish we'd set up in the sun. Breakfast is on. See pepper time? Okay. Gentle. Gentle. Good boy. Good gentle. Down. Down. Good boy.
I like it. After a very relaxed morning, we packed up and headed out to explore some roads, hopeful to find a fire tower nearby that we saw on the map. The driving.
It's fun. It's a good road.
Stop by this fire tower. Now we've got great views and a really, really terrible road. I mean, it's not technical at all, but it is just rocky as all get out. Can't go fast. Dog isn't happy. Hopefully we get out of this soon. That about wraps it up for this adventure. This area has so many unique landscapes and cool old ruins to explore. We can't wait to come back. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment for us. See you next time. And as always, stay wild.